Hey, pre-notification gang. Well, that's a pretty good start, Rip. You doing any One Ring openings? Yeah. Thanks to resub Schmeck. Or Emic. Won't be tonight, but in general, yeah, we've got some boxes that will bust open. Thanks to Prime Pancake. XQC is 14K. Is he opening Lord of the Rings boxes? Oh, yeah, he is.
I'm not baiting either.
Interesting. Thanks to resub Easter and Manny. And Top Hat. And the resub Slick. And Zach. I don't think I'll do it on stream, Adonis. Thanks to resub Dragon. And Krim. And the Prime Rat. Or Bits Rat. Do you see the new Only Up World record? Yeah, we were going over that earlier. I've still got it up right here. I'll be trying out the new route sometime this week. I want to finish Final Fantasy 16 first. I've been playing off stream because I just didn't feel like waiting. I can't figure out why it lags when I try and stream it, so I'm just playing it off stream. There's the Prime. Zia, Baruch, and the resub Anxiety, Sram, Cookies, Treefitty, DJ, Koryu, Dragon, and the gift sub Tweak. Well, that's pretty cool, Arrow. Yep, I saw Vinland Saga Season 2. Was Vinland Saga Season 2 not watched by a lot of people or something? Because no one really talked about it. I still haven't moist metered it, but I do plan on it. It's not that good. It's so weird. I actually think what Vinland Saga Season 2 is one of the bravest things I've ever seen a show do. And it did it extremely well. Thanks to resub Koopa, Prophet, Mazeppa, Hazel, and Tier 1 Lemon. But yeah, it's not like your stereotypical anime shonen or anything like that, so I think that's probably why people dropped it. It was too different from Season 1 for most watchers. Yeah, it's kind of the impression I'm getting. Because like I said, it's very, very bold in what it does. Season 1 was literally like shonen action out the wazoo, and it was amazing. And Season 2 is legitimately no action, almost nothing shonen tropey at all. Literally just a masterclass in character development for an entire season. And it was done very well. But yeah, I guess most people just dropped it when it wasn't at all like Season 1. Thanks to resub Rose, Ricky, TC, Rob, Tori in the Prime, Ludacris, and Coda, and the gift sub Llama, and the Tier 1 Acid, and the Tier 1 Lone Wolf. Congrats on your first apartment, Arrow. Thanks to resub Tricks. Yeah, I'm really liking Final Fantasy 16. So I've played quite a bit off stream now. I will say I've got some complaints. The level design is horrible. It's literally just hold forward, and that's it. There's no depth at all to the levels so far, and it's really not giving you a ton of opportunity to enjoy the combat because the combat is so like sparse. It's mainly running cutscene to cutscene right now, but I am still early in the game, so I'm wondering when that's going to change. Thanks for the 10 gift subs, Kabibi. Good to see you again. Thank you for that. Thanks for the resub, Uncle Alex, Lone, Ramp, Andy, Nate, and the gift sub, Uncle. Why are you playing off stream? Because for some reason when I stream that game, it freezes every couple of seconds. On stream, not like on my PlayStation or anything. On stream for some reason. So it's just got to be a capture card thing, and I don't feel like waiting for a new capture card to come in to keep playing it. What do you think about the Flash bombing at the box office? I think that's great. I am super happy that the Flash is absolutely flopping. The movie was fine. Like, I don't have any like super major complaints about the movie itself or the like quality of the movie besides the visuals being absolutely laughable, the CGI being a joke. But I am so glad it's doing poorly because it doesn't deserve to do well with everything Ezra Miller did. Thanks for your sub, Kingdom and the Prime Warped. And the 5 gift subs, Kabibi. Is there no way to forgive Ezra? They didn't face any punishment. It's very hard to move forward when after going on a legitimate crime spree of like actual serious shit, the only repercussions were, what, a $500 fine? I mean, it's not exactly something that you can just let go, like as an audience, I don't think. And I don't believe Ezra Miller has said anything beyond a single statement like, well, things got out of hand. Sorry about that. Thanks, you said lore and shut. Didn't someone get quoted saying this movie will make people forget about Ezra's crimes? Yeah. That was the what department? Yeah, it was someone that worked on the film was like, this movie is so good, people are just going to forget Ezra Miller is a criminal. I can't remember who it was though. I made a whole video on that. He's a tier 1 sovereign. Only a little bit. I've only seen a little bit from the FTC court case for Xbox Activision. I'll look it up now, though. He's a tier 1 Whaley in the resub. Poncho. Microsoft opened the FTC hearing with a Sony bombshell. Day one of the FTC versus Microsoft hearing was all about a surprise email, Xbox executives, and a costly cloud. The exchange between Ryan and Chris Deering, former CEO of Sony, revealed that Sony's PlayStation chief didn't really think Call of Duty would go exclusive to Xbox and that PlayStation would be fine. It's not an exclusivity play at all, said Ryan. They're thinking bigger than that, and they have the cash to make moves like this. Ryan wasn't concerned about Call of Duty's exclusivity because he had spoken to Activision CEO Bobby Kotick, Xbox chief Phil Spencer, and even had reassurances from Microsoft CEO Satya. That was, I guess, that was a big thing, that there was a worry about Xbox taking Call of Duty exclusive. Thanks, resub Miso. I see. The email exchange set the tone for the day, with Microsoft claiming Sony has known all along will stand by our promise, and that the PlayStation maker was lobbying against the deal to protect its dominant position in the market. So they used the email to prove that fear about like Call of Duty going exclusive is unfounded when we have these emails that confirm Sony knew that would never be the case. So the reason they have a big issue is because they want to keep a stranglehold in the market, I guess. Which sounds about right. That sounds like PlayStation. Thanks, Risa Bat B, Lonely in the Bits King. Oh man, this guy's name is Matt Booty. What a fucking stud. Head of Xbox Game Studios. That a boy. It seems like they really focused hard on Call of Duty, like almost entirely. The FTC took the opportunity to question Booty about how exactly Call of Duty would run on the Switch, something Microsoft has promised to do as part of a 10-year deal with Nintendo. I'll answer that for Mr. Booty. It won't run on the Switch. End of discussion. The Switch can't play fucking mobile games half the time. You think it's going to be able to play modern Call of Duty? Beyond 5 FPS? What's up, Io? Io, what's up? Thanks for your sub, Eric. Io, what's up? Hold on. What's going on, Io? What's up? Thanks, resub Porcupine. What was wrong? She gets lonely. And then instead of just coming upstairs, she just starts making a lot of noise. Nope. Thanks, resub Pick and Cole. Thanks to the Prime High Dose and the resub Hydrin. So all in all, it seems like the biggest fear was Call of Duty going exclusive. This is a long article about it. They really go into depth. I appreciate that. Thanks, the resub. Sky and Toph. What is this? It's about the Microsoft Activision merger. Not doing that, Scoots. We're only opening some. I already know there's a legitimately 0% chance we actually pull the One Ring, but I looked up the card list. There's actually some really cool fucking cards. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, I was just looking something up. Thanks for your sub, Sonia. Thanks for your resub, Unstable. Please release your own trading cards for merch. No, if we ever did trading cards, it'd be like an actual full-fledged game. I'm so fucking into TCGs. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh competitively, yet I know everything about like the competitive history of Yu-Gi-Oh because I'm so glued to learning about the history of it and modern formats and like the meta, even though I don't play a whole lot of Master Duel anymore. But yeah, I would never do a trading card game as like merch. I'd want it to be a full-fledged game. But I also don't like the way that they do TCGs in general, where like some of the best cards are just really expensive because they're rarer. The way I would do it, and feel free to steal this if any of the big boys are watching, I would do every card has a common print and a rare version for your better cards, I guess. So that way you could build a competitive meta viable deck for very cheap because you'd have all of the cards you need in common. But then there's still that collector's element where you could get the better cards as rares. I think that'd be so fucking hype. Because I was looking at the prices of some modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks that are top tier, and most of them are like 400, 500 plus from what I'm seeing because a lot of the prices are going up. And I think that's just too expensive to get into the hobby at a high level. So kind of like Pokemon. Does Pokemon do that? Last I checked with Pokemon, the way they did their rarity was like your VMAX cards were your big ones, but they were still like 20, 30 bucks for just like a single good VMAX. That's not even like the rainbow rares. There's a Prime Big Bin. Pokemon super affordable unless it's a Charizard. Is it? I can only speak for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. Because I know Magic is also outrageously expensive for like an actual big, good deck. Though I think Commander's much more affordable. But I've never actually played Commander. Let me look up Pokemon meta decks. Let's see what's topping the meta here. Looks like a Lugia V-Star is your top tier meta deck right now. And how much is it? Here's a pre-built deck that someone took. It is about $100. And then here's one for 65. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely much more affordable than like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. Thanks, Resub. Crucible, Noble, and Hydra. Or Hyde. How's the Idol show going? Fucking horrible. I'm watching every episode. I'll give you a little update on the Idol. Episode 3 dropped last week. I didn't say anything about it because I had nothing to say about it, but I'll give you the little update. It fucking sucks. It's fucking trash. It's absolutely horrible. All the clips you see on Twitter don't even do it justice for how bad watching the whole show is. Horrible. These are the bits, death metal. Yeah, that makes sense, Scoots. I know the prices on like actual big top tier decks are very expensive there. Why do you keep watching? I'm glued to bad shows. I don't know what to tell you. Thanks, Prime Baggy, and the resub Red Dead, and the 10 gift sub Sonia. Thank you, Sonia. There's some more bombshells deeper with Bethesda and Starfield. Well, is it all about exclusivity? Because it seems to be like that's the core component here about exclusivity. This is interesting, though. The FTC is arguing that game exclusivity is anti-competitive move and wants to convince Judge Jacqueline Scott that Microsoft will treat Activision like Bethesda instead of how it handled maintaining Minecraft as a cross-platform title. The FTC is arguing that game exclusivity is anti-competitive. It'd be really impressive if they were actually able to just get rid of exclusivity on consoles and shit. So that way every game would be cross-platform. You'd never win because Nintendo wouldn't allow it to happen. Thanks to the bits, Adonis. You're gonna play X Defiant? I have played X Defiant. It's fine. I'm not playing the most recent playtest right now though, but I did play X Defiant in the last one. It was fine. Oh, they're making an Indiana Jones game. I bet that'll be horrible. It's machine games though, so it might be good. I don't know machine games. What do they make? Thanks, Risa Blaken. They made the new Wolfenstein 1 and 2. Those are pretty good. That's kind of an interesting developer to have do an Indiana Jones game. Fucking Wolfenstein devs. He's a tier 1 Mike. The Prime Clin. Makes sense, Euphoric. Only up today? No, not today. Thanks for resub tattoo. You fix your stuttering issue. No, that's why I've been playing Final Fantasy 16 off stream. I don't know what to do about it because the stream didn't stutter at all earlier today. It's not stuttering right now. It's only when I'm playing Final Fantasy, I guess. I don't know how to fix it, and I don't want to wait for a new capture card to come in or anything, so I've just been playing it off stream. I can try streaming it again like tomorrow or the next day or something, but I'm not optimistic that it'll work. Is your resub, Chewy? Someone said turning off VRR setting in PS settings may fix it. Don't know what that setting is. I can try, I guess. Didn't see it. Well, thank you then, Phoenix. Todd Howard is involved in the new Indiana Jones game. Okay, cool. I mean, that is interesting. Thanks, Resub Soul. Thanks, Resub Crusader. If you were to get another pet, what would you want? Any specific dog breed? Not really. I heard Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are going to fight. That's what this is. I was looking at it. I don't think it's going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be the most underwhelming thing of all time. Mark Zuckerberg, I don't think many people realize this. He actually is a pretty well trained Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter. He just recently won a belt. Or not won a belt, Jesus Christ, won a competition. And I was watching some highlights from it. He knows what he's doing. Like, he's not going to hop into the octagon anytime soon and pop off, but he knows what he's doing. Like, he's actually very, like, solid. Let me see if any of these articles have the clips, I guess. This is a horrible filming of it. This is also not the match I saw. This might be one of the earlier matches, maybe a later one, I'm not sure. Thanks for 10 gift subs, Sonia. Appreciate it. The resub Summer, Zaza, and the gift sub Mars. Imagine having to say you lost to Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, it's a lot better to say that than just losing to someone else at the competition. At least you have a cool story. Mark Zuckerberg, the Mark Zuckerberg billionaire fucking asshole, beat my ass. But he actually, like, competes. This isn't like a staged competition or anything. He actually just competes. And this is the worst filming I've ever seen in my life. Oh my lord. This is ridiculous. Okay, point is though, if these two actually did fight and it was a real fight, not just like some kind of publicity stunt or goofball circus, Mark Zuckerberg would actually probably rip his fucking head off. Elon Musk is built like 3 bowling balls inside of a meatball sub. Like, Elon Musk is not built for this at all. Not even close. And I don't think he'd take it seriously either, whereas Zuckerberg actually, like, trains often. You sure it's not one of those things where they let him win like they did with Steven Seagal? No, so I looked it up because I was curious. When I read the headline, this was like a month or two ago, I looked it up. He actually just competes in like legitimate BJJ tournaments. Like, he actually just goes and competes. Now, maybe his opponents don't go as hard because maybe they'd be afraid that Zuckerberg would sick some assassins on him out of revenge. I don't know. But the tournaments aren't rigged. They were real. And he very clearly knows what he's doing. Thanks a resub Spicy and another 10 gift sub Sonia. Thank you for that. And the bits Kev. Maybe. Oh, well, that's an interesting development than a Deca. I didn't get to that part in the article. When's the next Moist Apex event? It's the major and it's next month. In fact, the Moist Esports Apex boys are here. They're boot camping out of our warehouse, so we'll do some content together pretty soon. Angels are currently shitting on the Rockies. Angels are up 23-0 in the 4th inning. What? Baseball is one of the most boring things on the planet, but that is actually nuts. What? 23-0 in the top of the 5th. How? What? This is cruel and unusual. This is like a professional team beating up on a middle school Pee Wee League team score right now. 23-0 in the MLB? What? How is that possible? That has to be a record. That has to be a record. Where's the mercy rule? Rockies are complete trash. Their record's not great, but it's also not like irredeemably dog shit. They're 30-48. Like it's not good, but it could be much worse. 30-3 is the record. Yeah, but it's 23-0 and we're in the top of the 5th. Thanks to resub VM. Thanks to resub Cinder. No, not tonight, Adeka. Too Mad going absolutely crazy on Twitter right now. It's pretty sad. It is extremely sad. It is unreal the amount of fucking tweets that Too Mad has made in the last like 8 hours, and everything that's come out, all the accusations and shit, and the way that he's responding to it it's fucking gross, really. Thanks to the resub noob. Can we look at it? No. I don't think I could even bring it up. It's like actual degenerate awful shit. Thanks to Bits Arrow and the Prime Tie involved. The resub artist. The Bits Easy. Can you talk about it? There's not much to talk about, man. It's absolutely just unhinged behavior. It's I don't even know how I'd get into it. It's been an ongoing thing now for quite a while. I mean, like you can probably just look up some kind of bullet point summary and it'd be like 10 tweets deep of lore. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. You hear about the Robert Golf Theory? Yeah, I'm gonna watch the Barbie movie. What's the Robert Golf Theory? Robert Golf and the Glass Camera. Oh, this is from one of Wendigoon's videos. Io, what? Just come back up. Thanks to the Bits Cov and the resub pup. And thanks to the Bits Adeka. Oh, I'm absolutely gonna watch it, just not on stream or anything. What's going on with Mark and Elon? Just this posturing about a potential fight that I don't think is actually going to happen. I would be beyond shocked if they actually fought or even came close to fighting. I think it's all just headline generation and nothing else. It is a goofy idea, though. Oh, you finally came back up? I know. Come on. I know. You're being silly. You're being very silly. Thanks, Resub chillin'. And thanks, the Resub bunkers. And the 5 gift subs, Ollie. Thanks, Ollie. BattleBit's a lot of fun, yeah. I've enjoyed it. I think BattleBit is very fun. I don't know if it has like a long, deep competitive future or anything, but it is fun. Thanks to Tier 1 Kav and the Prime Yanni and the Resub Emo and Aussie. And the Prime Brian. Did you hear that Sony was apparently overworking the artists that were working on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where some artists even quit? Yeah, that was sad. I did read about that. Hold on. Let me find the big write-up on it. Was it from here? I can't remember. But yeah, that's very sad to hear. It is impressive how common this is. Even for something like Across the Spider-Verse, which everyone championed for, you know, good, like, real artist relations and everything. But apparently that just wasn't the case. There's a Prime Elias and the Resub Neon and Neon Realm. Oh, VFX artists get fucked over all the time. The studio that remade Sonic and literally saved the Sonic live-action film got shut down because they basically couldn't afford to stay in business anymore. They had a rush order to redesign Sonic. They redesigned Sonic and then had to fold shortly thereafter because they weren't paid enough to keep going even after that work. That's not true. Is that not the reason? That was the timeline, right? Right after they did the Sonic redesign, they had to shut down. Yeah, the Vancouver VFX studio behind the Sonic redesign had to close its doors for good after taking on the project. Unless this was debunked somehow. I remember this when it came out, but maybe that's not the full story? One guide? Well, that's the one guy I trust. He's literally in the industry. That's Andrew. No, they only had to close the Vancouver office because the tax rebates changed. They kept the other offices. That's why? Then why do they always cite about like the extreme hours and the underpaid salary for the workers and all the extra work they do? Or did, sorry. Easy resub Trenton Digital. Jesus, 17-hour shifts. Because that's VFX. I don't think it had anything to do with the office closing. Okay, maybe it's two separate things rolled into one and people assume that that was the reason it had to close. Fair enough then. Point still stands. VFX artists are overworked and underpaid for the work they do. Thanks to resub Weeaboo. Thanks to the resub joke. You heard about Nick Fury's show using AI in their intro? Yeah. That intro is super goofy too. I saw it on Twitter. I haven't watched the show though. I mean, the fact that a studio's life is entirely based on tax rebates is in itself a major VFX problem. Fair point. That is a good point. It's sad knowing there are animators who are really happy showing off their pieces of work. I can't imagine like everyone who worked on this film was subject to the 11 hours, 5 days a week that some of them were reporting, or 11 plus hours, 7 days a week. So I understand why so many of them would be like, look at this, this was incredible work, loved working here and all that, but maybe others didn't have such a great experience. Which is really sad. What's even sadder is because the movie is so good, there's a lot of people on Twitter that were like, this is the cost of making art. This is the cost of making masterpieces. If you're not willing to do 11, 12, 13-hour work days, 7 days a week, then you're in the wrong industry. You're not here for real art. It's like, brother, what are you talking about, man? Thanks for the resub, G. David. Yeah, I swear every reply was like that. I know. It's a fucking unhinged take. It really is. Japan is worse. Well, yeah, Japan is worse, 100%, but that doesn't mean that this is okay, just because it's comparatively less awful than Japan's working conditions for animators. But yeah, Japan's work culture in general, but specifically in animation, is abominable. I've always said if I ever fell into like $1 billion, if I won the Powerball or something, one of the first things I'd do is I'd buy like a ton of the top tier Japanese animator talent and start a studio and just immediately pay them exactly what they're worth. A great wage, real benefits, that way they're not literally killing themselves making the projects. That would be one of the first ventures I'd take on. Thanks to the Bitskov and Anthony. And the Bitskov. Not possible. The Japanese government will stop you. What the fuck, man? No. That's not how that would work. A lot of the animators these studios use are like contractors. A lot of it's freelance as well. Like One Punch Man season 1, the reason why it was so special in a lot of ways and why it worked really well actually is because the creative director got like a ton of different talent from all over the place in order to put them together and only work on that season and create something crazy. And then season 2 they completely did away with everything there, but they bring all of them together to make that kind of stuff. A lot of the times it's not all done by like the same staples in-house or anything. So I don't know what the Japanese government would do there to stop me if I had $1 billion of being like, hey, come work for this studio I'm opening. Here's like a real salary and real work hours that aren't going to put you in an early grave. Like what are they gonna do? Why would the Japanese government step in? Thanks, resub Yum. And the Prime. Kai. They make it difficult for outsiders to start a business. I think, okay, I we're talking pipe dreams. These are pipe dreams. I'd need billions to even consider. I'm just saying, to offer that, I feel like most of them would probably want to, and as opposed to actually working themselves to death forever on an endless grind. There's a whole great documentary about it. I can't remember what it's called. But there's a really good documentary that highlights not only the work culture of like Japan in general, but in specific the like manga creators. It's not just animators. It's just like the entire work culture there is crazy. It is actually work, 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 and die during the grind. Xerisa, Marty, and Magikarp. Their wages are peanuts. We looked it up on stream like shit, what, a year ago? What? I'll look it up again. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and see if I remember the exact number though, so I look like a prophet if I get it right. I believe the starting position for an animator at a major studio was $700 a month USD. I'm gonna double check now. Okay. What is this in USD? $800. I was super close. Where was it? Oh, here. Average salary of animators in their 20s. I see it, so it's breaking it down by that. 800. Yeah, like I said, this is like the a young animator new there, right? But even still, that's criminal. It's not uncommon for the monthly salary for a first year animator to be 270. Jesus. Yeah, we talked about that just a minute ago, Kai. Thanks for your sub, Carver, Falcon, and Michael. How is that acceptable? It's fucking not. And if I remember correctly, there are efforts to try and like change and improve the working conditions. So I think they're recognizing that it's a problem as well. Thanks for your sub, Soul. And the resub, Foggy. And the resub, Fabby. Yeah, the industry is... it's rough. I don't remember this. This means that animators' incomes are determined by the number of frames they draw. For a newcomer, it takes time and practice to become skillful enough to draw quicker and make a fair amount of earnings per month. For a typical TV anime series, an animator makes less than $2 per frame. Therefore, if an animator draws 300 frames per month, their monthly salary is only $550. But drawing 300 frames per month is a really challenging task for new animators. With such a busy schedule, animators generally do not have enough time to take other part-time jobs, which makes it even harder to make a stable living. That's crazy. Holy shit, getting paid per frame? I don't remember that. That's like paying writers by word? No, because being paid per word, like, you can make words much faster than you can make entire fucking anime frames. You can make significantly more words than you can frames. And especially at a top tier animation company, those frames are going to need to be good. You can't just turn in dog shit. There was an animator on Trash Taste that said the same thing. I heard hentai artists get paid a lot. Yeah. There's a very famous example of someone who made a really popular manga, got turned into an anime, and then he quit because he made significantly more money doing hentai. We just talked about him. Denkin, who was that? I think it was you that brought him up. Thanks, resub Noah. It was the Hellsing creator? Was it the Hellsing creator? Oh, yeah. Kota Harano. Oh, Drifters. That's why. Drifters. We were talking about Drifters, which is how he came up. Because I really like Drifters. It was a really good anime. And it'll never get a season 2 because now the creator is just making hentai because it's significantly more profitable and a lot easier. No, I don't know about that, Kav. So that's what happened to Drifters? Yep. Pretty much. How is he not making good money out of Hellsing? They're also, like, even when the shit pops off, they're not paid that well. Most famously, Demon Slayer creator. I'm gonna pull this up, and I'm going off memory. I was very close off memory on this one with the amount of money they get paid per month, so I'm gonna try and 2 for 2. I believe the creator of Demon Slayer got paid, I think it was 50 grand for the Demon Slayer movie, which raked in like fucking $500 million or something crazy. Oh, okay. Yeah. The creator got paid $19,201 for the Demon Slayer Mugen Train. And it made over $500 million, and he made an estimated $19K. So even when their properties do extremely well, it's not like they see a huge return on it. At least not normally. That's just upfront fee. That's what I thought too, but then the one down here I clicked on and it says that even out of the box office performance, it's still only an estimated 17K, which is even less than the upfront source here states. So I don't know, but they all kind of say the same thing there. Exhibits Kav and Kai in the Prime Nexus. Who gets the money? That's like almost like a beautifully cute question. Who gets the money? But the guys who make it, the hardworking people behind the property, if they don't get it, who gets it? You know who it goes to. You know who it goes to. There's the resub log. And Bob. The ufotable CEO so he can evade taxes. True. There's the Prime Ice. And the resub fingers. What about Oda? Oda's looked at as a god. Oda is such an exception in that industry. Oda is on a whole different plane. Thanks for gifts of ice. Have you heard of the Monster of Florence mystery? That sounds super familiar. Akira Toriyama got to be a billionaire from Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest. No. He's I'm gonna actually look it up. I bet he's made significantly less than pretty much any major manga creator. Despite the unbelievable success of his properties. Unless he managed to retain like royalties on merchandise and shit, which I don't think is the norm by any means. This is a stupid Google because I never really believed these things, but I just want to get like a gauge on how much he still retains on his own for his IP. I hate Googling net worth because these numbers are never even close to real. But 45 million is what most of these are saying. Though I still doubt it's even close to that. Especially because he made manga early, which was even more exploitative back then, I imagine. He's the Prime certified. And the resub JPG. Apparently, Araki's net worth is around 13 mil from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and other works. I mean, yeah, that again, even that actually sounds high. Again, these are like OG manga creators here, and that industry has been exploitative from day one. And I really think it was probably worse back then too. There's a resub strip. So even that 13 million estimate is obviously low considering how big his properties are, but I doubt it's even to 13 million for his net worth. Thanks to Prime Zin. Thanks to the resub. Marlsmo. Distortion ran only up for 12 hours today. That guy's a grinder, man. Distortion is fucking nuts. I heard he had a second place run today. You got a 21-19. That's so fucking strong. That is ridiculous. What episode are you on of One Piece? 257. Like I said earlier today, for the first time since I started this long fucking journey catching up on One Piece, for the first time, I'm actually enjoying it. Water 7's a good arc. He's a tier 1 warrior. Hydrokinesis. Oh, I know that channel very well. I love the hydrokinesis, aerokinesis, telekinesis community. I love that shit. There's a resub agent. Oh, are you watching too, Dankin? I didn't know that. Yeah, Skypiea fucking sucked. Holy shit, Skypiea was awful. The big bad of Skypiea is great. Like, the last maybe 10 episodes are good. But everything else is... Oh, my lord. You're reading it. Coward. Fucking coward. Thanks, Arisa Bug. Hey, Otashi. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the gift subs in. And the resub Eggy. And the Prime Rad. What's your opinion on Hell's Paradise anime? I like it. I think it's fun. I don't think it's like nearly to the same level that like Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer was able to pop off with for shonen, but it's still a very enjoyable show. Thanks to Prime. Hear you. And the Prime textural. And the Bits Bob. I haven't watched Mashal, but I've heard a lot about it. Thanks to Resub Enchilada. What did you think of Vinland Saga's Season 2 ending? I thought the entire season was an absolute masterclass in character development. Maybe instead of making a moist meter, I'll just make a whole video about Vinland Saga. I think what that show did for Season 2 was so fucking brave, and they did not get rewarded for it because no one outside of like hardcore Vinland Saga fans are talking about it. Which is a shame because Vinland Saga Season 1 everyone talked about. But then I guess everyone dropped it for season 2 since it's so different. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Premiere. The bits euphoric. I will be going for sub 30 only up, just not tonight. You watched Trigun? No, I didn't finish Trigun. The masses just don't like character growth. No, I wouldn't say that. I think it's just like casual anime fans more look for things like a Demon Slayer or like a Jujutsu Kaisen. But then there's exceptions like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, there's many episodes dedicated simply to character growth. Thanks, Resub Trev. And the tier 1 Ryan. I like the first 2 seasons of Bleach. Bleach then really falls off hard for me. I rewatched it recently. I really only like everything up to saving Rukia. After that, I think it really falls off. But 1,000 Year Blood War, the most recent season after they brought it back, well, half a season, was good. Easy 2 give subs, Ryan. Need an anime of Plague Seeker. You got me hooked with the beginning. Glad to hear that. And good news, because our... that's not an anime, but our animated short for Plague Seeker should be within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully within the next week, but not entirely sure when. Glad you liked the first issue, though. Thanks, the resub spool. When's another bad game night? When I finish Final Fantasy 16 and I'm done speedrunning only up. Thanks, Resub Acid. Fix your stream for Final Fantasy 16. It's the most hype video game ever made. Glad to hear you're enjoying it so much. I do need to figure out how to fix it, but I'm not waiting in the meantime, so I've just been playing off stream today. I mean, I'll just... If I can figure out how to fix it, I'll just turn on stream and bring you up to speed on where we're at for anyone that's really invested in the story, but even if you're not, it's just such a beautiful spectacle. Again, my main complaints about Final Fantasy 16 so far are the level design is awful. I think the level design sucks. It is literally just hold forward and there's nothing else. You just go corridor to corridor. And if you're lucky, you get a couple fights, but most of the time it's going corridor to corridor for cutscene to cutscene. So you don't even get to really enjoy the combat too much so far. I'm about 9 hours in. That's my major complaint. That changes for sure later. Good. Hold on, quick text message. You finished speedrunning Amnesia the Bunker? Yes. Okay. Thanks for the bits. Agape. Please refund the... Why? Oh my god, someone just did the hype chat. Why would you do that? Especially just for a shit post too. Please don't ever use hype chat again. The reason I set it to 100 is so that way no one would be tempted to do a shit post for $100. Please don't. I can't turn it off. It is literally in the FAQs for hype chat that you are not allowed to opt out. So I did the best I could. Don't do it again. But I hope you have a great wedding. It doesn't go over 100. I can't make it go any higher. They're so fucking scummy. They knew that people would set it to like 50 grand so that way no one would ever use it. So the highest you can make it is 100. Can't opt out and you can only make it 100 at max. You can't go higher. Just so that way, in case anyone did, they'd still get a couple of people that will shitpost for $100 in a big chat. It says 500. 500 is the highest you can do to pin a message, but as the streamer, the highest minimum you can set is 100. I double checked. I'll triple check though. Let's see. Yeah, 100. Tier 6 and above is the highest minimum you can have. Go to his wedding and give him back the $100. Yeah, that'll be my wedding gift. A refund. Thanks to Resub Hiko. I think it's the Prime Pothos. Don't Twitch take like 35 of that 100 as well? It's a 5% fee for all transactions through Hype Chat, and then Twitch takes an additional 30%, so yeah, that's correct. So he had to pay 135. Oh, actually no, he had to pay 105, and then the streamer gets 70 there. It's outrageous. I don't know how they okay such awful shit. It's so dumb. Oh, hey, Distortion. I heard about your second place run. Congrats. And yes, I'm going to do more runs with the new dragon. Which wing are you using? I haven't seen your run yet. Are you using this wing? I imagine it's this one. Or I saw this one earlier. I don't know if you've given this a try or not, but it seems like it could be viable in an actual run. What was the name of it again? I think it was 7 Minute Glitch Fest. Yeah, this one. Or are you doing this wing? Because this one seems, like I said, viable. And it's kind of nutty. These bits, Ryan. This is an invalid run, though. This is segmented, and it uses a forbidden glitch. I know this is a really cool one. Yeah, that launch is insane. I'm doing the one from the current world record. Makes sense. This one can also send you to space too, though, can it? Someone in chat was saying that earlier, but I haven't really looked into it myself. Why are some glitches banned? They're only banned in that category, any percent. They're still totally legal and segmented, or in unrestricted. What is the forbidden glitch? It's the roll launch I showed you earlier. You do a slow-mo roll and some other input, and it launches you and pretty much skips everything. The sub 20 run's gonna be so insane. I don't know if sub 20's well, sub 20 is possible actually. Assuming this launch takes you to space too, you can get a sub 20. But it's the only way. If that can take you to space, you could probably get a sub 20. Just barely. Thanks a resub Admiral and Nath. Resub Chaotic. Thanks for a long time watching, Nordic. My sum of best is 2030 at the moment, so yeah, with space launch, probably doable. That's gonna be a fucking crazy stream if you ever pull that off. You see the teaser material released for Netflix live action Avatar? Yeah. No strong opinions on it, I'm expecting it to be trash. He's a resub user. What's the fastest you've done? My only up PB is a 37:14. But I haven't ran it in the last 3 days. Thanks for the gift sub, Hayden. So I know I could sub 30 for sure. Thanks for the resub. Canty. No, we're not running it tonight. Like I said, once I finish Final Fantasy 16, Gollum runs win. Let's see. Has anyone speedran Gollum? Just Germa. This says speedrunning Gollum in 2 hours so I can refund it. Did he actually succeed in doing that? No. At least they get the refund. This might be like the only game that actually never gets a speed run, because no one buys it, no one plays it. Lord of the Rings Gollum is the biggest flop I've seen since Babylon. Wow, what was the name of it? Fucking love Babylon. Babylon. Big Bab. What was it? What was it called? Babylon's Fall. Thank you. This is 2023's Babylon's Fall. There's a resub flip in ID. I would be so tempted, like I have been somewhat tempted to try and speedrun Gollum, but it'd be so fucking boring. Like outrageously boring. I just don't want to be the one that has to figure out the route. I would be super down to speedrun it if there ever was a route. I just don't want to be the one to painstakingly try and discover it. It's the resub Pop-Tart. To give you an example, I don't even think the cutscenes are skippable. It would legitimately be the most miserable speedrun of all time. I don't think you can even skip the cutscenes. And also, half of the objectives are slowly trailing behind somebody. Thanks to resubs Lich and Jack. I'm not putting a speedrun bounty on Gollum because it's a fucking $50 game. If they did like a 2-week free weekend though, I think that'd be great. That would be amazing. No, I would absolutely do a Gollum competition if they did a 2-week free launch or whatever. Then I'd put the bounty on that for the next one for sure. There's only one run on speedrun.com and it's 9 hours. I'm shocked there's even a run there because it doesn't show up on YouTube. I've got to see it real quick. This is from 2 months ago and it's set. Oh my god, it's a Rickroll. It's not even real. They don't even take it They didn't even take it seriously 2 months ago. Oh, I'm curious how much Gollum's sold. So am I. I don't think they've released any sales data, have they? Because it couldn't have been much. Yeah, there's no data on it yet. Oh, wait, no, here's something from Game Sensor. It says it sold around 10,000 copies. The first 3 days of its Steam release, it generated about $400K in sales revenue and sold 10,000 copies. That's so much more than I expected. The all-time peak on Steam charts is 502. Not bad. Thanks for resub Earth King. But you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think it actually might be somewhat fun to try and speedrun this fucking piece of shit. Maybe I'll do that after Final Fantasy and after my Only Up runs. If no one's done it by then, maybe that's what I'll do, because there's going to be a bit of a lull from Final Fantasy 16 till the next major release I'm excited for, so maybe we fill that gap with this. I'll think about it. These are some Roxman, Toaster, and Exian, and Earth King. You gonna stream Pikmin 4 next month? Yeah, I'll give it a whirl. I'm not a huge Pikmin fan, though. But I'll try it. Thanks to the resub soup. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick. Whoa. I'll be right back. Prime King. The resub Zeph, Caro, and Tier 1 McDonald. Yeah, like I said, if I'll think about it, I might speedrun Golem, we'll see. There's no route, so I'd have to invent one. Thanks to Tier 1 Capix, and the Prime B, and the resub Barracuda, and Butler. There is in fact a Golem speedrun of 7 hours and 55 minutes. Where? Is that just a full playthrough? Is it this? The setting a speedrun record in Golem? At 9 hours and 20? Oh, yeah. I think this is just a blind playthrough, though. Thanks to the resub, Seth, and Beard, and Balls, and Sneaky, and the gifts of McDonald. Nice. Well, someone's done a little bit. Only guy to complete it. That's a bunch of baloney. I completed that fucking game too. Don't you dare take that credit away from me. Thanks to Prime Squirt. Oh, and the 10 gift subs, Knight. Thank you, Knight. Well, you're talking about speedrunning Golem, carving out a route and seeing if there's any potential. Thanks to Tier 1 Poo. You play more Gundam? Damn, I haven't played Gundam in a minute. You gonna Moist Meter Vinland Saga? I might just do like a whole video for Vinland Saga Season 2, as opposed to just a Moist Meter. We'll see. You ever play any of the Zoids games? Didn't play the games, but I used to love the show. I used to watch it before school because it came on at 6 a.m. Thanks to the Bits Puff. And the resub Bird. You see the new DJ Khaled house tour? He did a house tour? Oh, this one? Yeah. I saw this a long time ago. Oh, and then he also had this one. Yeah, chat told me that earlier, Q. Thanks to the bits, Kav. There's a newer one. Is it this one? All about his lifestyle. Seems like he does like a yearly house tour. God damn. When should we expect a new MWL episode? The next one is. We have a couple planned, but the next one we're trying to do is requiring quite a bit of effort to get the location. So we have a set builder finishing up what we need for like the actual props. I'm trying not to spoil it, but I feel like it's not a big deal just to kind of spoil it. I don't think AEW or WWE is going to steal it in the meantime. If they do, that's more drama for us and helps the MWL. The next one we're doing is a silent library match. I won't say who's fighting in it, but it's basically going to be a wrestling match where it's I don't want to give away all the gimmicks, but it's a library match. So we need a library, and it's kind of hard to get permits for a library because they think that we're going to break things. But the only things we're breaking are going to be what the set builders build for us to break. Thanks to Resub Inquisition. We have a whole storyline for the library match. There was a variety one, posted a goofy house tour video. DJ Khaled shows off the toilet that Drake gifted him, his home studio and other prized possessions. I see. So it's less of a house tour and more of a look at my toilet, studio, and these cars, I guess. Yeah, I talked about that one when it happened, Orange. That was a wild one. Thanks for your sub, Commander. Well, wild just for that one moment. Yeah, no one really knows DJ Khaled for his music. He's literally a professional hype man. He is most known for saying DJ Khaled in the background of songs. Thanks to the resub flipping. In Bodhi. You see, when DJ Khaled got mad, his music was number 2 on Billboard. I've seen like every single moment of that man's life that's been filmed. Thanks to resub Inter9. Ayo, what's going on? You can come in. You keep going out there and getting upset. That's on you. Thanks to Prime Stone, the resub Samurai. Are you watching that if it goes down? Oh, you're talking about this fight? I'll watch it, but it'll never happen. He's the resub Climiux. Hear about all the fake $100 bills going around with Elon's face on them? No, but you did just remind me. I actually have a counterfeit $20 bill that I must have received as change somewhere at some point. Because the other day, I took it out of my wallet, and I was with my friends too, and we all looked at it and we were like, what the fuck is this? It's just a blatantly fake dollar bill, a $20 bill. And we tried to put it in a machine. I think we were doing lottery tickets or something. I already forgot how we even saw it. I think it was, I can't even remember. But it didn't take it, and we were like, yeah, that sounds about right, because it is a blatantly fake $20 bill. Why would you try that? Because we thought maybe it was a chance it was just super new, but then like it is just blatantly fake. Show us. No, I got rid of it. I don't want to be like thrown in jail for having a counterfeit 20. So we just fucking got rid of it. I don't even know how I would have come across it. Someone must have accepted it at like I don't know, like a local restaurant I eat at or something and given it to me. I have no clue. Thanks to the resub, Hammy. What's the difference? It was. This probably isn't the right word to describe it, but it looked so much cleaner than a normal 20. Like it almost looked fucking laminated. You pay in cash? Very, very rarely. I very, very rarely pay in cash, so this must have been a long, long time ago. My family went to a casino once and over half their winnings were all fake 20s. Cool. Great payday, I guess. Was it a Canadian 20? No, it looked like like everything about it was right for a $20 bill, except that everything about it looked cleaner. It looked like, it was like neon green almost. Like it looked cartoonish to a certain point. It was almost like fucking cell shaded. But it wasn't like a Canadian dollar bill. It wasn't like one of those movie props where it's, like close but not close enough. Like it had all of the right components of a 20, which is why we thought maybe it's just like a newer 20, like a brand new 20 fresh off the press. But then the machine didn't take it, so we were like, no, that's blatantly fucking fake. Bro got a Looney Tunes dollar. Yeah, pretty much. Thanks to the Prime Cheesy. The Prime Woomy. And Dachshund. If you receive a counterfeit, you can take it to the bank and let them know that you got it for change and they'll give you a new 20 and take that one away. Well, I wasn't going to drive all the way to the bank to exchange the 20. Especially because I was really actually kind of concerned that if we did try to do anything about it, we'd be like accused of being wrongdoers. It's just not really worth the gamble. There's a Prime Tav and Ethnoc and Woomy. Have you seen Steve Jessup arrested on Power Beer Chair Run? What is that? Is that one of those like fake bounty hunter things? Oh, this is the old viral videos from a long time ago. Yeah, this is the guy with the lawnmower DUI. This guy was huge back in the day. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Thanks, Resub Tessellite.
I'm not.
Thanks to the resub Quill. Or the bits Quill. Yeah, I still wouldn't even risk it, Jay. It just doesn't seem worth the risk. Thanks, a resub. Jaggy. The resub shark. How can I stop being lazy? I don't know why you're asking me that question. I'll give you real advice though. I don't know if you're asking as like a meme or what, but one thing you can do to get motivated is set really small, super easily achievable goals. Helps get your mind right real quickly. That's just like general good advice. So tiny little goals like making the bed is a very easy one. Maybe reorganizing something that's messy. If you just set like these tiny little achievable goals, it helps get you in a good mindset because it feels productive. There's a prime wit. There's a story from years ago of Andy Powell, a pro rugby player, got hammered, stole a golf cart, and drove it down the motorway after a game. Oh, that's kind of cool. Placebo? That's not what that means. Not at all. If you just set little goals and accomplish them, it's not a placebo that makes you feel good. It feels good because you're accomplishing something you set out to do. It's not a placebo. Thanks to the resub Wraith. Did you hear about a lot of Twitch mods leaving on July 1st? What are you talking about? No, I haven't heard that. Is that some kind of rumor or something? I don't see anything written about it in articles or anything yet, so I'm just going to assume that's like a post you saw somewhere on Twitter or something. It was Reddit mods, not Twitch. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Let's see. From 4 days ago, there is a single post about it. I don't know how big of a movement that's going to be, but hey, good on them if they do. Thanks to the Prime. Suboria. Did you see that one of the founders of Apple, Steve Wozniak, prints his own money and can legally use it? I think he just prints out $2 bills and you can buy a sheet of 4 bills for like $5. That's so crazy. When you reach that little level of wealth, it's like actually playing a different game in real life. Thanks a resub, Ashy. No shot that's true. I don't know. The thought of it, though, is fucking beautiful, though. What a goofy idea. Anybody can buy a book of uncut $2 bills for the price of the bills and a bit extra. Well, that wasn't the thing said that he prints it, and he can use them. And I guess you can buy a sheet of 4 bills from him, I'm assuming. Thanks for some power. And the resub Genghis. And Wallop you. Update on Angels and Rockies game. The Angels won 25-1. Man, they must have felt bad. They slowed down. They were up 23-0 going into the 5th. They must have said, all right, we'll stop. That's so embarrassing, though. Holy shit. 25-1 in baseball. There's a Prime Soy Milk. The resub Sunkiss. I mean, it's not as bad as losing 30-3. Yeah, they didn't make history. Cringe. Thanks to the resub Brick. Should play the wrestling game with Warhorse in it. Oh, you're talking about the AEW game? Yeah, I saw that came out. Is it Fight Forever? Yeah, it's Fight Forever. It didn't look that bad. I don't know if I'd play it though, but it didn't look bad or anything. Especially for a lower budget title. Here, you know what? What's a review on it? Not a single review. Except maybe BDE. It seems like it's a review.
Chris and I go one-on-one in
No, this is not a
AEW
review.
Fight Forever.
You better get your ass. Hell nah.
There's a bit of a let's play kind of situation. No one reviewed it? It's just this 14 things to know before you buy? Oh, because it's not out yet. Oh! Why have I seen so many clips on Twitter then? Oh, I just assumed it was out. Thanks to resub Moises, Bread, Slam, and Good Boy. It's called Retromania Wrestling. I haven't heard of this one at all. This is from 2 years ago. Looks cute though. It has Warhorse in it, which is fucking great. That's hype. Yeah, we see the new Only Up speedrun. I'm going to try it, the new Wing launch, just not tonight or anything. Once I finish Final Fantasy 16, we go back to runs. Thanks for the gift sub, Soggy. I know all about the 2 Mad stuff. We talked about it earlier. Diablo 4 is fun. I haven't played it in a while, though. But the game is fun. You have any interest in going back to RuneScape for the new skill? Yes. Do you think college is worth? Do you think college is worth the debt? I always love when people ask like actually important questions, I guess. Uh, my answer is it depends. If you're going for like, I don't know, anything STEM related, maybe. I'd say maybe, because college doesn't guarantee you a job anymore. So going to college and taking on all that debt, it doesn't guarantee you success in the real world anymore. But I feel like if you're in the STEM field, it's still probably worth it. If it's anything creative, probably not. And I will say I think college is, depending on what college and the level of debt, college is an invaluable social experience. For the first time in your life, you get to be your own person. You learn to live on your own. You learn to coexist with other human beings around you. So it teaches you how to be social for the most part, which is invaluable experience. Whereas I feel like that is a crucial component to people's development that is just lost these days since everyone lives terminally online. But I don't think that social aspect is enough to justify lifelong debt that you can never repay. So it just depends on the college and just depends on the debt. Easy tier 1 goobs. What about for criminal justice? Well, yeah, obviously. When I'm saying STEM, I'm talking about all the obvious stuff, even outside of STEM. Like, yes, clearly things like that. Engineering, all of that. Clearly, for sure. I feel like you'd probably need college for that. That not many people are going to be going to, like, a doctor that doesn't have a college degree. Did I go to college? Yeah, I got a human sciences degree. I don't use it for shit though, obviously. resub Garden and Nick. College degree tier list. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks to the bits, Jay. Yeah, I know that's always such a sad story. That's always awful. If you could go again, would you change what you went for? Probably not. Even though I don't use the degree, it's not like there was anything else I was passionate about in academia. And at least it was easy. I didn't really struggle in the human science field. If anything, I would have chosen an even easier degree and focused more on even more socialization in college. There's the resub Ferocis. Florida College is Clown College. Hey man, that's fucked up. We have good universities down here. Why do you think college is that expensive? Is that even a real question, brother? What do you mean? Thanks, resub Pop. Thanks, resub Ender. For what, Adonis? Just saw your message. The Twitter thing. Thanks to gift sub Joaquin. Oh, gotcha, Adonis. Thanks to Sabrina. Do you think college should be free or not? With someone just having to pass a placement exam or something. What? What do you mean? Is the TikTok ban still happening? I don't know. It's a pretty straightforward question. About what? Should college be free with with a placement exam? You talking about like all education in general, or like trade schools, or just like what? Because there are colleges that are free. If you're talking on a whole, yeah, I think education should be far more accessible. Fucking paywalling education leads to the biggest, dumbest idiots of all time, which is the situation we're starting to find ourselves in. Yeah, that shit needs to be cheaper. 100%, absolutely. Paywalling education is so fucking counterproductive. But there are free universities. That's why I was a little confused on the question. But yeah, in general, on the whole, absolutely. Yeah. Education needs to be the most accessible thing that we have. You don't want everyone to be stupid. You shouldn't have to pay to not be stupid. But it's beneficial for the people in power to keep you stupid. Easy resub Shrek. Would you buy a college battle pass? Yeah, sure. It sounds cool. Is the resub Leviathan? Are cybersecurity degrees useful? I don't know, man. I don't have one. From my uneducated perspective of it, I'd say probably, since everything is online these days and every company needs cybersecurity experts. Yeah, it's probably a very useful degree. Thanks, Bitskov. Thanks, the bits, Joaquin. Back when you were still chasing the dream of playing in the NBA, what college did you want to play for? Oh man, I really liked Michigan State a lot, but I feel like I wouldn't have survived Michigan State if I somehow would have made the squad. But probably Michigan State, I would say. I don't think you can handle the cold winters. That's not a problem. I hate the cold weather, but I'm totally fine in cold weather. I just don't like it. It's not a preference. I wouldn't want to live there. But like spending 4 years there, that's fine. Or optimally just 1 year and I go to the draft after my rookie season. Man, imagine. Just imagine. Thanks to the resub. Sex and Babs. Thanks to the Bitskov. You see the bridge collapse at Yellowstone and a train fell into drinking water with hazardous material. No, chat did mention that earlier and I forgot. Yellowstone River Bridge collapses. I'm telling you, this is only going to get more and more common over the next couple years because all of our bridges are reaching a failure. And they're not being fixed because it's cheaper not to fix them. It's only going to get worse. It was carrying asphalt and sulfur. At least everyone was safe with no injuries. That's good. Thanks to resub Gert and choking in the bits cov. Will you eat lab-grown meat? Not immediately. I'd probably wait like a year, but I love the idea of lab-grown meat. That's good for the whole world. The agricultural industry is so fucking bad. So it's exciting, but I definitely wouldn't be one of the early adopters of lab-grown meat. I'd give it like a year to make sure it's not just going to kill everybody. But I like the future ideas of it. These are some Phoenix. And the bits chaw. Impossible meat's not lab-grown meat. What are you talking about? There is no marketed lab-grown meat right now, not that I know of. FDA just approved lab-grown chicken. Oh, that's interesting. Ever watched anything about Charlie Zelenoff? Yep, I know everything about Charlie Zelenoff. That's the guy who used to go around just challenging completely random people to a fight and then just beating their ass. And he wouldn't even really challenge them to fight, he'd just start beating people's ass. And by that I mean he'd be getting his ass beat by everyone he challenged randomly. I don't think he ever won a single fight against the strangers that he would, like, relentlessly challenge. But I'm pretty sure he actually does have some kind of mental disorder that led to all of that, so it's a pretty sad story. There's the resub Bean and the Bits Cov and Kevin and Damon. Yeah, we went over that a couple days ago, Damon. There's the resub denied. I did not see that, but that's very cool denied. I don't know why people be upset about that. Thanks to the gift sub Cov. Yeah, I'm gonna moist meter Final Fantasy when I beat it. There's the resub Chroma and Uchwa. Yeah, stream Starfield? Yeah, I stream like every big game that comes out. Any updates on Godslap? Issue 4 should be next month. Yep. Just gotta finish the lettering. Everything else is all done. In the meantime, we have the Plague Seeker animation coming out within the next 2 weeks. Exit Prime, Antha, and the Resub D-Storm. Do you know anyone in your school who's famous or committed a serious crime? Don't know anyone from my university that's famous, but I do know one that committed a serious crime. I've talked about it like 3 times now over the last few years. My music teacher. I had to take an elective course for credits, so I took a music history course, and my professor, like a year after I graduated, was caught in an FBI sting operation for trying to fuck a 13-year-old. I think he's in jail for the next 15 years or something. There's a resub Shiny and the 5 gift subs Kav. I'd be up to give it a try at some point, Damon, yeah. But YouTube's the one that I'm going to be streaming on once my Twitch contract is up. I'll still stream on Twitch too, but I definitely want to give YouTube a try for sure. Like a real fair shake. Exhibits Tinkai. Jesus, sorry to hear about that. Hope you get your windshield fixed. There's a resub Rise. Do you know of any NBA players that watch you? No. But once we start posting our basketball content, they'll want to take some fucking notes from us. We are so nasty out there every Thursday. I swear to God. You're going to be seeing some crazy Euro steps once they get a load of how I do it. I promise you, no one's Euro stepping like I do. You've been saying that for months. We actually filmed a basketball game with our... we had some of the Moist Esports guys come down, the Smash players, and we were just playing some ball and we filmed it, but it was so hot out that it fucking fried the card or something, so it didn't save the footage. And it was such a shame, too. It was some good shit. It was some good stuff. Thanks to the 10 gift subs, Kav, and the Prime Red Velvet. But eventually we're going to start streaming them. I've been saying that for like actually 2 months now, probably. And those basketball streams are going to go hard. Thanks to Prime Connor. And the resub Undead. In tier 1, Huncho and the resub Mud. And the resub Head. Any Gentlemen news? Yeah, we've got about 6 songs coming out soon. Releasing an EP, like a complete EP. There's your resub Braden. So those should be ready pretty soon. Troy posted about it on the Instagram page like a week or so ago. Each one's a different genre per usual. We've got some really fun ones. We've got a Weezer style track, a Linkin Park style track. I won't spoil any of the other ones, but they're all pretty wacky and fun. Thank you for another 10 gift subs, Kav. You've been very generous tonight. Thank you for that. Thanks for your sub rugs. Thanks to 2 gift sub Zerk. And the resub Godzilla. Hey man, been a while, hope you're doing well. Guessing you don't know who Flight Reacts is? Yeah, I do. I'm familiar with Flight. Will you add a Post Malone feature? Hey, if he wants to. He's more than welcome. Love to have him. You need to do another vinyl? Not for the EP, I don't think. Can you get banned for showing a gun on stream? No, I think it's only if you fire a gun on stream in like a dangerous way, I guess. Like a discharge. Because that guy from SOAR pulled out a gun and fucking desk popped his bedroom. Fucking shot a hole into his living room. He got banned for that, not for showing the gun. I don't think you can get banned for showing a gun. You can't shoot targets. Oh, you can. You can. There's been entire gun range streams. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. I think it's just like in an uncontrolled environment, like an actual discharge you get in trouble with, in trouble for, like at a police department. Basically, is what you get banned for here. Jesus Christ, Kov! Thank you for the 25 gifts. My lord, you've been super generous tonight. Thank you, Kov. I didn't actually play the game normally, Tenkai, so I can't rate it. Next to the bitch blue. In the prime bowl and give sub Tenkai. What happened to the streamer that got temp banned for having sex? I don't know. I actually never bothered to check back. It doesn't seem like she's fucked again on stream, so maybe the temp ban was enough. Maybe now she's a full-time RuneScape streamer or something. I have no idea. There's the prime lead. We already talked about it, King. That whole thing is so fucking gross. That whole situation is gross. He's a tier 1 Lear. And the resub Spitzen. And the resub Andrew. Have you seen the Caribbean Disaster Pipeline? It shows how quickly pressure-related incidents like the Titan submarine happen. No, but I did see a couple of videos explaining implosions from high pressure, obviously. And those are fucking scary. The only good thing to say about an implosion is at least you die pretty much instantly, it seems. They probably didn't even register what happened. They wouldn't have had time. They knew and were going back up. What? They knew they were going to die for a minute because alarms went off. That's the first I've heard that. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Kav, and the gift sub Chlorine, or Cronine. Thank you again, Kav. I haven't heard that theory. They dropped the tanks to slow down a return is the info. Huh. Thanks to give sub Pierre. You see the top 24 breakdown on Street Fighter 6? Yes. What is it? 8 juries, I think? I'm surprised there wasn't more Guiles. Or isn't more Guiles. The Titancraft had sensors to detect if the hull was cracking, so they may have known, but the actual demise would have been instant. I can't believe he actually would have even installed sensors. Camping World must have had a discount on sensors. Have you seen the TikTok Taylor? I don't know what you're talking about now. The controller rumbling was the sensor. Yeah. Well, we don't need the modern alarm technology because our Logitech gamepad has a rumble pack on it. So if there's any change in hull pressure, we'll know. The haptic feedback. Yeah. You gonna watch No Hard Feelings? Is that Jennifer Lawrence comedy? Probably won't watch it, but it didn't look horrible or anything. I also saw some clips of her on Hot Ones. It seems like a fun episode. She responds to capsaicin like I do, in pure fucking agony and panic. But I mean, that just goes to show you how close we were on the set of Hunger Games. We had a lot in common, which is why we got along so well. It's a shame we don't keep in touch as much as we used to. We used to be good friends. Thanks, Resub Carlito. resub, no joy. You never mentioned that, Andrew, did you? Oh, nice. Did you happen to see me in any of the footage? Well, actually, there wouldn't have been any VFX for any of my scenes, so probably not. Thanks to Prime Crazy. Ah, unlucky Andrew. There's a video I know you will have seen, the Chris D'Elia problem. It exposes a ring of sexual exploitation by the comedian. I haven't seen that video, but I know quite a bit about Chris D'Elia. Even before all of the allegations about his sexual misconduct and being a sexual predator, alleged sexual predator, I guess, since he hasn't been thrown in jail or anything from it. Even before all of that, I often considered him one of the worst stand-up comedians of all time. I've talked about this a lot. You can go back 3 or 4 years. We had a whole section of the stream dedicated to just how bad Chris D'Elia is as a comic. I really think he's up there with James Corden, Amy Schumer, and Brendan Schaub. Have you seen all the comedian subreddits have turned in... What? As a protest or something? Or what are you talking about? Or just in general? Goddamn, Coffee, you've been super sweet. Thank you for that. The Most Sadistic Woman in Comedy is a great video. Haven't seen it. Who is it? Have you seen Succession? No. I've heard nothing but good things, though. I just haven't watched it. Thanks to Prime Poker. Are you going to watch the 3-part CoffeeZilla videos? Yes, just not on stream. No, we're not doing Only Up tonight. I'm gonna finish Final Fantasy 16 before going back to Only Up. Why'd we slow down so hard on car chases? Surely there's been some pretty cool ones. No, not recently. I don't know what happened in California for about a month or two, but those have just kind of slowed down. There was one the other night, but just a pretty standard run of the mill car chase. Thanks, Resub Chris. So nothing crazy like a few months back where it was a wild car chase every fucking night. Oh, sweet. Well, thank you for that then, Chad. Hope you have a good night. They spiked because of how much attention the first guy got that hijacked 3 cars. Brother, no one started breaking the law for the sake of having a live stream about them in a car chase. I would believe that take for other things, but not that. No one's like, wow, look at all those viewers on fucking ABC watching that guy's car chase. I'm gonna go ahead and do something very similar. No one's throwing their life away for a fucking stream. A stream that they don't even get any, like, clout off of themselves. ABC profits. I would have sooner believed that ABC was paying people to break the law for car chases that they could televise than I would that it's just people looking for clout. They totally would. Though they wouldn't because they don't even get clout from it. I don't know a single name of any of the people that were involved in the chases we watched. Nobody does. Literally nobody fucking does. There is no clout to be had there, unless they just really wanted their car to be seen, I guess. Aren't their cars always stolen anyway? True, yeah, and it's always stolen cars too. So it's not even their cars getting clout. That theory has way too many holes in it. Thanks for the resub, Iris. Do I think I would get away in a car chase? Absolutely fucking not. Getting away in a car chase, the odds are so astronomically low because of the helicopter. That shit is absolutely busted in the car chase meta. No shot. Also, I literally drive the speed limit or under. I actually granny shift in real life. So no shot. Thanks, Resub Paxel. There were 2 different car chases the other night. Both got away. Usually if they get away, it's because they call it off, either because it's too dangerous or, like, they go into a different jurisdiction. I highly doubt there's many car chases that result in a successful getaway when the heli's there and they actually pursue. Thanks for the gift sub, Lear. Thanks for the resub, Wicked. You ever watch any of the PBS Nova? I don't even know what that is. You have a stick shift? No, granny shift is just an expression that I use. It's from Fast and Furious. No, drive an SUV. Thanks to the resub army. What happened to the UFO reveal? You're talking about Groosh? So far, nothing yet. You see the UFO whistleblower. That's who we're talking about. That's David. That's David Groosh. I think his first name's David, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, David Groosh. Whew. Is the Prime Reen or Renee? And the resub super high. Ooh. How long until Netflix makes a missing submarine movie? They're probably already scripting as we speak. That is a story that will be told for many years to come in many different mediums. There's already a documentary out. Well, it's not so much a documentary as more. It was more of like, if you're talking about the BBC thing, it was more of just like an actual piece on a single expedition. Not so much like a full documentary on, at least not as I understand it, on the company or Stockton Rush. Wait till I make a love story out of it. Yeah, true. Love can bloom even at the deepest point of the ocean. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Alright, thanks for tuning in. New subs, welcome aboard. Sub means a lot. Thanks for subbing. Appreciate it. Enjoy the emotes. See you tomorrow. Let me see who's streaming. Here, I haven't tossed you to Scoots in a while. I'll toss you to Scoots.